now joining us, we have Gary and Lynette, and they are from the Children's Council of Watauga County. So they're here today to talk with us a little bit about the council and a very neat program that the council is putting on. So thank you guys so much for being with us today.
Thank you for
having us.
Absolutely. So go ahead and start by sharing with our viewers a little bit about the Children's Council of Watauga County.
We'll let Lynette go ahead and start with that.
Well,
she works full-time there and I'm part-time there.
I've been there for several years. So basically we're a nonprofit agency here in the community, and our goal is to provide families and children in the community with the best possible resources they can to really succeed in family life and school life. And I think this little heart says exactly what we're all about. The Children's Council builds upon the strength of children, families, and educators by investing resources, information, and training toward promoting the future health and success of our greatest community asset, which is our children.
Fantastic.
So we have many, many different programs that help this mission get accomplished.
Wonderful.
So we're excited to share about
Yes.
what we're doing today about that.
Yes, so we're going to be talking today a little bit about one of those programs called the Incredible Years. So talk with us a little bit about this program and how it got started.
Be glad to. The Incredible Years is a program for parents who want to build their knowledge of developing their children's behavior, I guess would be the best way to put it. I don't want to say it's a parent program for discipline, but it's about helping children learn to develop those behavioral skills that will make them become successful adults. So that's in a nutshell what the program's about. It's a 14-week course and meets there, and we offer 2 classes. Excuse me. The one class is focused on children, parents who have children from ages 2 to 6, and then the other class is focused on children, parents who have children from 6 to 12 years old. We co-teach the classes. Lynette's background and special area would be younger children, and she leads the facilitation of the class for the parents of younger children, and I help her with that. And then I lead the class for the parents who have children 6 to 12 years old. And my background is in education in the county, so I have a lot of experience working with school-aged children. And I lead that one, and Lynette helps me facilitate that class. We finished a round of classes last semester and had good participation. People really enjoyed it and told us they really benefited from it. And we have classes starting again February the 19th, I believe, is the first class, and that would be at Hardin Park. We were there in the evening, and that class will start at 5:30 and go till 8. And that would be the class for the parents of children 6 to 12. And then on Thursday afternoons from, is it 12 to 2:30? 12 to 2:30, we'll have the class at the Children's Council Complex for the parents of children 2 to 6. There are a number of things that we try to do to make it as easy as possible for the parents to participate, because 14 weeks is quite a commitment. So we do a meal for them, so they don't have to fix the meal. We take care of that, and the meals for them and their children. And we also provide child care for the parents so that they don't have to worry about scrambling around trying to find child care. And even for the parents of the older children, we'll have someone there to help the children with their homework at Hardin Park that evening while they're in the class with us. I don't want to do all the talking. Lynette, do you want to talk about the curriculum?
Sure. I mean, it's a very exciting program.
I brought a little chart to show if it will help.
Yes,
I don't know if it'll help or not.
It is. Dr. Carolyn Webster Stratton is the researcher and producer of this curriculum, and it's evidence-based, so it's guaranteed to increase children's positive behaviors. This model is so nice to show people because it starts with the foundation of really going back to basics of play and praise, and the sort of series is the parents apart from the children. We observe videos of parents that are doing these strategies, and then they practice role play right there, so they have a firm handle on what they're going to do when they go home. If their child is misbehaving, then they know these specific strategies. I mean, it sounds sort of basic, but this woman is very very intelligent, and she knows what's going to help children connect with their families, with parents. So for example, just play and praise, she gives you words. There's a specific words to say to increase those interactions between parents and children. That in turn helps the children feel good about themselves, learning, from preschool on up. And then the parents feel confident because they're like observing their child, behaving in better ways. And then it moves on up, and this is why it takes 14 weeks, because it is a lot that she shares, and so every week is sort of a new topic to strengthen the strategies that she knows to be successful.
And I might add that the foundation is based on the positive communication with children and quality time with them, and building that loving, supporting, guiding relationship that we all want with our children. As I've talked with people about this, we all acknowledge that when children are born, they do not come with instruction manuals. Parents have to figure this out about how we're going to raise very successful children. And someone said, well, here's the instruction manual. It's not that simple, but it is a good research-based program, and it's nationally validated. Children's Council is able to provide it at no cost to citizens of the county, because they wrote a grant and got the grant, and we have this for 3 years. So we'll be offering these classes this coming semester, and then again for the next couple of years, and we hope to make it easily accessible to anyone in the county who would like to participate. And like I said, we started this broad foundation of positive interaction with your children and learning strategies, techniques to do that, and then it builds on up to dealing with specific, either shaping good behaviors, like how to do chores, being responsible for when children get old enough, for picking up after themselves, the simple things. But then goes on, if negative or inappropriate behaviors are developing. In the latter part of the course, we deal with things like how to try to build appropriate behavior and ignore inappropriate when that's the proper thing to do, or to shape behavior in the direction it should go, or up to the top of the list and toward the latter part of the course, how you try to extinguish inappropriate behaviors or develop logical and natural consequences for those, instead of just staying frustrated and yelling at your children when you don't know what else to do, and building those negative interactions. So, and as parents, and my wife and I have raised 2 children, we have grandchildren, and we all know that as parents we're human beings and we get frustrated with our children sometimes. So, we learn from those things as well. But this is a structured program that leads you to build your skills and tools to try to anticipate what might happen and how to deal with it appropriately. And that's a real quick overview of what it is. We'd be glad to try to answer.
We want the parents to also succeed and feel good about their parenting.
Exactly.
But
we
the
deal on
children
that a lot too.
With they have coaching skills for persistence, for example, staying on task when they're starting school, emotion coaching, dealing with friendship skills, and really helping them expand their social skills to help them succeed all through school. So it really is just a wonderful program, and we had many enrolled parents say this program should be, taken by all parents.
It should be mandatory
before birth of their children.
We had one parent last semester said this should be mandatory when anybody's child is born, that they're required to take this class.
It sounds like a wonderful program.
Yeah, it is. It's been really great.
Fantastic.
We have fun too, because we get to
try to make it a lot of fun.
Role play as Gary will become a child and I'll be the parent, and we interact.
I'm the 6-year-old, and the next mom, or we trade roles.
Sounds like a good time.
Yeah.
And we get the parents involved to the level they're comfortable in doing the role play, because that's the practice before they do with their own children. And I think something I forgot to mention is that after we're in the class for a couple of weeks, it becomes a support group for the parents, for each other, as they realize they're not alone in this challenging thing about raising successful children. So it gives you a network to work with as well, and also knows that you're not isolated as you deal with these issues that are very typical for children. One of the things we learn and teach is that what's the percentage of children who do engage in misbehaviors and will challenge your rules? It's like
It's a
60.
third.
It's
A
a
third
third
of the
a third,
time.
a
Wow.
third of the time, and
Right. So normal, I mean,
it's normal.
every child misbehaves, but a third of the time is about what's normal. So then parents get to know what to expect,
Yeah.
and they learn a little bit more about child development, and so it really comes
Right, that's important
together
too.
as a real, parenting tool. And this is a book that they get, which is really phenomenal. Also, it ties in, we can't possibly get, everything out there, the 2 hours at the classes, but this ties everything together. And so this is her book, Incredible Years. And, some folks at the end of class even, wanted to purchase the book because it is so great. So very good learning tool.
Wonderful. So do you have a lot of parents who will take the class for younger children and then go right on into the older class as well and go through it all?
Well, no, it's not developed like that. The reason is it's really the same curriculum, but issues may change a little bit. So for Gary's class with older children, some of the issues that he might address would be different. Maybe like things like cheating, lying, stealing,
Right.
things, different issues.
Whereas Lynette's dealing with tantrums. Sometimes 8-year-olds throw tantrums too.
Tantrums
It's more the
and
2-year-olds.
defiance, right? But the issues are different, but sort of the foundation is still the same.
Yeah, I think that's a good way to put it. The foundation of both classes is very similar. The cognitive part is very similar, but the practical application depends on the age of the child.
Okay.
If a parent has a 9-year-old and a 5-year-old, I think they could attend either class and benefit from it. I don't think they would feel a need to attend both classes or progress from one to the other. I think their foundation would be built to, and then if they read the book, they could apply it to their particular age if it wasn't in the class, if they weren't in the class that focused on the child that they were wanting to focus on.
Wonderful. Now remind us one more time the upcoming dates.
Oh, well, the class is going to be starting February 19th, and that's going to be an evening class that will be first time out into the Hardin Park Elementary School in the library. And so that'll start 5:30 is supper, and then for half an hour, we can mingle with parents and chat, and then from 6 to 8 is the actual class. Right. And then the 20th, the very next day, will be the Thursday's class at the Children's Council office upstairs in the conference room. Again, 12 o'clock is free lunch, sort of mingle with each other, and then 12:30 to 2:30 is the class. And we try to continue, getting parents to keep coming back with incentives. So we have some nice treats with gas cards and Walmart cards, and so we have some toys and books and things that we like to continue to lure parents to continue coming to classes, which is really nice, part of the grant.
Not many programs where you can come and it's free, you get fed, you get to meet with people who are on a similar mission that you are, and then your children get taken care of for you in a good, safe environment, and plus you can earn some rewards for coming to get paid a little bit to be there. We're trying to make it as user-friendly as possible.
Sounds like a win-win situation for everyone.
We did not give
it's very fun.
contact information. I guess you were probably going to ask us that anyway, but if you would like to register for the class, you need to contact the Children's Council. And can you give the number for that?
Sure. It's 262-5424.
Perfect.
And that's the office number, and there's a registration book, and they can just sign up for either class.
Sounds great.
So do they have to sign up beforehand, or can someone just come in that day?
Well, we would prefer that they enroll early so
Right.
we can prepare. Like, we really need to prepare. We want to have enough folks on board for childcare and food.
Okay. Yeah.
So it would be best to enroll early as possible.
So in
And we
advance.
anticipate enrolling more than we may be able to take. So we may have to develop a wait list. So we would encourage folks to go ahead and get their name on the list and try to assure that they will get a slot in it.
Sounds great. Well, thank you guys so much for coming in to talk with us today.
Thanks for having
having us.
us.
Absolutely. And we will be back right after these messages with more of the Mountain Television Network.